Mr. Chair,
Honourable
Mr.
Member
Chair,
Jami-Lee Ross.
Mr. Chair.
I move that the question be now put.
No, I'm going to call the Honourable Member Dr. Rajan Prasad.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I also wanted. Would the member like to say it again loudly so I can respond to him? Was it worth responding to?
No, he's too gutless.
Well, if you come on, say it. If you've got the guts to say it, what was it?
Order. The member be seated. Order. Well, I'm on my feet. Member must never challenge a member's courage. That's a personal reflection and is out of order. Member will stand and withdraw.
I withdraw, Mr.
Thank you. The member will now continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm pleased to take a call about Students' Association membership fees, because what this clause actually does, if it does not provide to students coming onto a campus information about student unions and student associations rather, then what is it that a student does not have access to? And it bears some thinking about, and the member in the chair might like to take a call, and I don't think the member has taken one so far, to actually explain what is it that students will not have access to. Because anybody in this House today who has spent any time in a university will know what it is that a student association actually provides. It is so much a central part of academic life, of university life, the learnings, the participation, the fun, the debates and everything else. Now, if that is being taken away from students under the guise of this principle of choice, I want to say to the member in the chair that sometimes it's possible to take a good principle to its illogical conclusion, and which is exactly what the ACT Party is trying to do with their minority share of the votes in New Zealand, taking a principle to its illogical extent to say that we must now apply this. Where else will that member apply this to in terms of choice? Everything else that happens in New Zealand society? But in universities, students do, by participation in students' union, and that's about a lot of people participating, learn so much about life, learn so much about learning, learn so much about how to learn, and contribute enormously to the development of the academic life of a university. There are not many developments in a university. The improvements that has taken place in teaching and assessing, and indeed how the semester is organised, that has not started with student unions and student associations. It's students who have come together and reflecting on their total experience, then have gone to their lecturers, to the departments, to their faculties, and indeed to the university, and made changes that has made the learning teaching experience, the research experience, and the contribution that the university makes to our society that much better. And that is what this takes away. And I can't understand why it is necessary. It reflects such an amazing contempt for the university, such an amazing lack of awareness of an important aspect of the university. And that's what student associations actually do for students in a university.
Order.
I'll resist, Mr. Chairman, responding in case you ask me to apologise again for some comment that's so puerile. It's not even worth. Well, Clause 8, I said to the member, Clause 8 is fundamental. If you don't provide students with an awareness that there is a student association fee, then what are you taking away from that student? The ability to know more about student association at all. Let the member take a call and do this to the call itself. This is really about something fundamentally important. And it is so illogical. Now, I don't know whether Mr. Tauhenar has actually ever been to a university and actually ever participated in student life in a university. Yes, I am a snob. I'm proud to be a snob. I spent enough time in a university, and there are many people who, through that experience, has learned to be better graduates, and they make better contributions. I don't think there is any one graduate sitting on that side of the House who actually has been to university and has participated meaningfully in student life that will support these particular provisions, because this is actually, it comes from somewhere that one has little appreciation of. And so let's just take health services. Where did health services in a university come from? Why were they developed? Who advocated for health services in universities? It was the students themselves, when they began to identify their own needs and began to bring together those things that would make it better. Many of the facilities of the university, more latterly in the last 10, 15 years, it's about how to learn, student support services. And these students, through these kinds of services, have become better students. They've become better graduates. They've become better researchers. Many of the child care facilities in the university are there because of the advocacy of Mr. Chairman.
I call the